Hi everyone, it's me, Lubna. Today is Thursday, January 16th, 2025. This video is dedicated to my beloved, and the topic of this video is going to be about doing things for the sake of spiritual glory, rather than for worldly recognition. So in order to illustrate this topic to you today, I wanted to bring up a passage from the book If You Want to Write by Brenda Ueland. And I made one video related to a passage from this book previously, and that one was titled Art for Heart's Sake. And I'm almost done reading this book. I know that it's taken me a while to finish reading it as I started it back in mid-December. But I've just been a little bit busy because last Saturday I had to take the MCAT, so I had to prepare for that during the holidays. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and share with you the passage that I wanted to share with you, which comes from the chapter that is titled, You Do Not Know What Is in You, an Inexhaustible Fountain of Ideas. So here it goes. Chekhov did not know that he was a great writer. Or I should put it this way, Van Gogh and Chekhov and all great people have known inwardly that they were something. They have had a passionate conviction of their importance, of the life, the fire, the God in them. But they were never sure that others would necessarily see it in them, or that recognition would ever come. But this is the point. Everybody in the world has the same conviction of inner importance, fire, of the God within. The tragedy is that either they stifle their fire by not believing in it and using it, or they try to prove to the world and themselves that they have it, not inwardly and greatly, but externally and egotistically, by some second-rate thing like money or power or more publicity. Therefore, all should work. First, because it is impossible that you have no creative gift. Second, the only way to make it live and increase is to use it. Third, you cannot be sure that it is not a great gift. And so I think Blake's attitude toward his genius is the right one. We should all feel as he did. He knew about his inner fire and believed in it. He knows himself greatly who never opposes his genius. He never hindered or discouraged it or let anyone else do so. He cast out all prudence. Prudence is a rich, ugly old maid courted by incapacity, he said. Moderation, caution, measuring, weighing, and comparing. I will not reason and compare, he said. My business is to create. He abhorred that conceit and cowardice that thinks it is modesty. The fox, the mole, the beetle, and the bat, by sweet reserve and modesty get fat. Blake wrote and drew and painted what his vision and imagination showed to him with enthusiasm and joy. Much of it he burned and threw away carelessly, for he said that earthly fame just detracted from spiritual glory. He knew that in spite of the neglect of his time, that his work was great and important, for the eternal powers do not labor in vain. My designs unchanged remain. Time may rage, but rage in vain. High above time's troubled fountains, on the great Atlantic mountains, in my golden house on high, there they shine eternally. That is what I urge all of you and myself to do. Work and shine eternally. So I actually read this morning while I was working out on the elliptical. And as I read that passage, I thought to myself how true it is that When we make our focus eternal things and spiritual glory in whatever it is that we do, whether that has to do with writing or creating some other form of art or even studying, which is what I'm doing right now as I just started an accelerated nursing program. Whatever it is that we do, if we make our focus and our goal on eternal things rather than for worldly recognition or acceptance among our peers, we can do much greater work. And when we make our focus those eternal things, it doesn't matter as much whether or not we are accepted or appreciated or recognized by our peers or even our family or anybody around us. The only recognition we need is the one that we give to ourselves, meaning the fact that we believe in ourselves and what we are doing. We ourselves believe that it is worth something, whether we're writing something or creating a work of art or pursuing an academic or professional goal. If we ourselves believe that what it is that we're doing has worth and value, that's all that matters. And also we're doing it for a higher purpose, meaning to bring glory to God or whatever higher power you believe in. I know everyone has a different way of approaching the topic of religion and spirituality, but I think that it is very important if we are to do great work. We have to have a spiritual aspect to ourselves. And in that way, again, whatever it is that we do will be much greater and it will transcend the limits of this world. When you make your focus on worldly recognition or acceptance among your peers or your family or other people around you, you're always going to be limited to their vision of you and how they perceive you. But when you stop caring about whether or not other people recognize your work or admire you, or even how many followers you have on social media, or people looking at what you've written or drawn or painted or taken a photo of, when you stop caring about whether or not other people recognize that, you start doing those things just for the sake of doing them, not even caring if anyone lays eyes on your work. You're doing it for the sake of your own soul, for your own spiritual growth. And so you're doing it for the sake of spiritual glory rather than for worldly recognition. And because I read that passage very early this morning, that topic has been on my mind since this morning, and I feel that it closely relates to the topic of that video I made a few weeks ago back in December titled Art for Heart's Sake, which again was based on another passage from this same book. So I hope that by sharing this message with you today, I could inspire you to try to make your focus in everything that you do on higher things, on non-worldly things, and to try to transcend the need to earn recognition or approval from other people. I'm actively working on this myself as I strive to become more and more the person that I want to be each and every single day, not caring whether or not other people like me or like what I do, or even watch my videos, for example, or read what I write. It's not about that. It's about the effect that all of these things are having on me, on my spirit, on my soul. So I hope that you have learned something very, very valuable from my video today, as always. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to and or watch my video. And with that, I'd like to wish you a wonderful day, afternoon, evening, or whatever it is, wherever you are in the world.